This man saying that he don't gotta use no credit card or nothing to pay for this water right here.
Oh, I didn't know if you need help or anything. 5 tickets.
Oh, I got my, okay, thank you. Whoa, wait a minute.
Code accepted. Select payment type. Code accepted.
What barcode? Hold on.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Foods in the U.S. with just a swipe of your hand. Amazon says that the Pay by Palm technology will be at all of those stores nationwide by the end of the year. Customers just have to hover their hand over the device to pay. This method is already being used at 200 Whole Foods locations across 20 states, and you can also find it in other places, stores like Panera Bread.
So I'm going to show you how I pay for my drink here in China. We can cater. The so I use my. You see that? All I used was my hand, and that was it. Hello,
This man saying that he don't gotta use no credit card or nothing.
Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world inwardly calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. In the Paleo Hebrew. And I want to give double honors to the elders, a great millstone who will well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere in a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they can endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwathium that are believers of the faith. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Right? Back at it again. You keep promoting it. Right? So, Lord willing, it's another edifying or encouraging or, a prepared lesson for you to be prepared for this to come. Get used to seeing this because eventually it's going to be normal. So the brother, I believe is a brother, but he's seeing his friend pay for his stuff by the palm of his hand. It's called the palm hand payment, right? Technology, right? But it's a step closer to the M.A.R.K, the Motb, right? And you have to fully be dedicated to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? And not unto this world, so that, Lord willing, you'll be able to overcome it. Lord willing, we are of that hopeful elect that don't take it. Lord willing, we are the people that truly believe and understand and gravitate to this truth, right? So going back to where I looked up the word promotion, right? Because they're basically promoting it more as in a like for them to promote. So let's see this definition and then we'll look up promote. It says activity that supports or provides active encouragement for the furtherance of a cause, a venture or aim, right? And what's the cause of what we're seeing right now? This Motb, a new payment motion, right? An encouragement, right? Advertisement, the activity or profession of producing advertisement for commercial products and services, right? This is what this is. This is a promotion to this new digital payment, right? And some of these is just small level thoughts, right? It's not the actual one, right? But you see one example, they're using the hand. Even more is going to be face recognition or, the tap of your brain, right? But Elon Musk is doing a very tremendous job. You know, it's all because of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, who's working in a higher level. So the word for promote is further the process of something, especially a cause, a venture, or aim, the same thing as promotion, support or actively encourage some regulation is still required to promote competition. The second one is advance or raise someone to a higher position or rank. We got other examples: encourage, further, advance. Another meaning, advance forward or further, right? But promotion was hitting it on point, especially with this one right here, right? But an activity that supports or provides active encouragement for the furtherance of a cause, right? And they're basically supporting the cause of a digital payment. No credit cards, no paper money, just the read of your the palm of your hand and the recognition of your face, but it's really the forehead, right? However, that's gonna, fully play out. But Elon Musk has the best example, right? One of the best examples. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41, which this is just going to come back into tuition. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, right? When you take this, you're trying to join this society or be part of the world, be a part of the mix. And everyone should leave his laws, right? Leave your customs, your tradition. All people had to fall through with this. So imagine on this side. So all the heathen, which is the other nations, even, eventually Israel, agreed according to the commandment of the king. It's going to say it. Yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, right? The belief system, which they believe in multiple gods, in sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath, right? You go into certain, let me look on my other phone, forgot what it's called. Okay, they got the one joint called the Jewish History, right? I don't think I got it on this phone. Yeah, I don't. So how about, let's see if we can get it. And I'm going to read, the main point is Revelations, the 13th chapter. And while that's doing that, I guess I'll just go to the verse. You got another one, which even stems from the Greeks, the Rome, and America, right? This is 1 Maccabees, the 8th chapter, verse 15. It says, moreover, how they have made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, right? And when you go to Psalms 83, right, which is still at the same table, right? And it starts with Esau, so of course he's at the table with his own people more. But it says Psalms 83 verse 3, the classic of classics, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. With this new system, that's they're making that crafty counsel, right? And have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. All ancient nations, even when you go to Babylon and Timbuktu, all nations knew who was who. But for the elite at the time that was growing up, they had this understanding and made false forges with images, because a lot of nations went by depictions of, somebody that did something well, King David or a prophet, just a painting. Nobody was worshiping. But then eventually start cleaving to the heathens, we start worshiping certain images, right? But at the end of the day, that how did the nations go and take our images? Because they looked into the law, which for proof's sake, for memory or a memorial, people was drawing these things and they was able to see them. Because how can certain people that's in power have pictures of certain disciples or prophets of old? How would they have those pictures, right? Because they were drawing. That's what nations did. That's what people did in past times, especially when you go in the midst of all these other nations, especially Esau, right? So Israel is not a remembrance. You don't got those pictures of seeing your people being the prophets or the apostles or kings, right? You got to do a deep dive. And then sometimes the pictures might be in black and white where you can't even tell, right? We don't got it good on this side because the name of remembrance was removed. And then second Ezra chapter 2, it shows that the Lord took our name. He removed our name from out of the earth, right? And we got other examples, Isaiah 65:15, Jeremiah 17:4, right? Now verse 5 of Psalms 83, for they have consulted together with one consent, right? One consent. They have one mission, one plan, right? But when we read in these scriptures, you see it's all towards Israel because all the elites had a program to go towards the Israelites. In all history of everybody that touched our spoils, touched our lands, our fame was known because the things of what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai did and what these prophets were speaking on behalf of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Right now, in this world's captivity, the Lord is bringing us back to it, where only the elites that sit in those high places, they know who the children is. Of course, they don't know who the actual elect is, but they know who the children is. But the counterpart, which is the spirit on the left-hand side, they know who the true men of the Lord, which we can go to those precepts too, but let's just stay where we at. The tabernacles of Edom, the tent of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagarenes, Gabel, Ammon, Amalek, which is another Edomite, the Philistines from the inhabitants of Tyre, right? And really, this is it just showing that those are real Gentiles. Gentiles mean nations. You see, 1 Ezra 8:16, the nation of Israel, the prince, the priests, Levites, have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Edomites. Those are Gentiles. Is probably more names like the Ammonites, the Ethiopians, right? But these are part of the Gentiles, right? Or really, when you go into that Gentile, somebody that don't believe in the true God or in paganism, right? But a Gentile fall even into the stem of heathens, right? But Gentiles just mean nations, right? So all praises to the Most High for that. So you got to know in each captivity, nations was against God's chosen people, regardless if you accept it or not. We just click play before
This man saying that he don't got to,
right? So then let's go to the point of this whole lesson. Revelation chapter 13. First, I want to read verse 3 because we are established, in multiple videos. Rome is reborn again, right? Rome fell. We can collect the data in the history of Rome. And guess what? Verse 3, and I saw one of his horns as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, right? And this beast, is a king, a kingdom, and a power, right? Back then, who was that power? That was Rome, right? So this is that little horn that stems in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the same attribute, having 7 heads, 10 horns. That was in the old one too, right? To establish what we have now. I'm trying to find, I believe it's verse 12, right? It says, and he exercised of all the power of the first beast before him. Exercised the same power as the beast, or before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So beast mean king, kingdom, or power. So to worship what beast? Right? The Rome beast, right? And worship his power, right? Worship the beast, really worship the Rome theology, the Rome philosophies, right? The Rome's theories, the Rome finance, right? Because even if you go to Luke, the second chapter, the beginning of the chapter, you see Caesar Augustus, who's an Idumean, he taxed all the nations, right? And put them under a tax, right? So even though other nations was probably doing this in their time, but that is to show you what was the big empire before America. And when we follow prophecies, it's supposed to only be four, right? The Babylonians, the Persian Medes, the Greeks, and the Romans, right? But even in the time of the Babylonians, you had the Assyrians, right? That had partial of majority of the northern kingdom that separated and came to America, right? To really fulfill prophecies, right? We're not working on our time. It's all on Yahweh Shem Yahushai's time. And he's moving them, right? Man's going of the Lord, right? All men, right? From the evil and the right, because he controls all. So the same beast is on the earth. It's just upgraded. You seen when we went to Maccabees, didn't Rome have a Senate? America has a Senate. It has a democracy, right? Which actually openly speaks on it, right? So Revelations 13, verse 16 and 17, it says, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, right? Which goes into 666, right? And that just goes into a number of man, and it really goes into stigma, right? You know, some people don't want to, let's not go to words for this or that, but I'm not laboring with brothers that's saying that. And, you know, and if you is, we not teaching, we not moving in the same. And that's your lot over there, right? But over here, you know, we sticking to edify, to build us up, because names stem from somewhere, especially if you find it somewhere else and it's not having the same meaning. Sometimes this can be a spiritual mark or a physical mark, right? Slavery, you was getting a mark, right on your face. If you was running away or you was a beautiful slave, they will mark you so nobody will buy you, right? So is this mark physical? Is this mark spiritual, right? Because Esau is not spiritual. Because if he was spiritual in the sense of the Rakak Wadash in the righteous way, his movement would be way different, right? On the left-hand side, that's not them in the spirit. They got demons on them, right? But they all have a purpose. Like our purpose is under the righteous angels if we are of that number. Some of y'all is on the left-hand side, you know, with the left-hand side angels as a 2/3. Whoever it is, they're playing it out. Day to day, they are already marked to be a 2/3 because it was already predestined before, right? So, like I said, we was going to get the word mark. I'm going to read the verse in Revelations 13:16. And he causeth all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So I'm going to show you, this says what it says, and then I'm going to go to the next verse, because I know some people be like, wait, no, both of those verses is two different marks. So you got Karagma, which we click, same motion, same thing. That was 16. Let's see 17. I read the verse. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark in the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? Which is that stigma, right? It just goes with verse 18. That stigma goes into insert or prick. You know, you just looking up words.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Kragma, right? And then you just see what it says. And I know you have an imagination, or you could just go type them up and look. A stamp, right? That's a mark, right? An imprinted mark, which goes hand in hand with the stamp. A mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, right? That's something physical. There's many antichrists, right? You're just anti-Hamashiach, right? But who is in that spotlight is Esau. Everything he does goes against Yahushua. The third one, the mark branded upon horses. And you see now where horses are and animals are getting tracking devices, right? Chips within. Brother I work with, he chipped, branded his cat so he can find where she at. How much more for us where they telling you could do this and do that? We're in a time we're humans. We're in a time where we're using our minds, which is really Esau, who's creating wicked devices. Thing, carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images, right? And this is just going back to the Roman philosophy, the Roman thought, their way, right? The Strong's definition, charagma, right? It says a scratch or itching, a stamp as a badge of servitude. So you taking this M.A.R.K that they gonna have you get, it's going to be a symbol of you being a servitude to the system, to Rome, right? To Rome. Go watch the movie go watch the TV show Spartacus. The few episodes is going to show you that they brand their servants, their gladiators, right? That's for gladiators, and that had that point. But that wasn't for the point of the prophecy of this. This is like the end goal. This is like the end game, right? The Motb is the notion of knowing who the 2/3 is, right? But literally, the ones that's taken that, they're totally destroyed. But who's to say? You never know. Some of these 2/3 might cause you got to think, could some of the 2/3 even be crackheads, right? Some of them might not. You never know, right? But majority of our brothers and sisters, which is a lot, that truly cleave to money and can't go without it, they're taking it, right? Because you're gonna have to have some type of money. Some of your jobs might not accept it, right? Which I have like a little commercial video. But this is a badge of servitude that you're in their system, right? Right now, they can't see you, all these different banks. If you put us all back at the time of the Maccabees and make us one people, I'm going to be able to see who's bumping up against, right? And if what he said in verse 41, First Maccabees 1:41, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, right? Under one system, right? And this was over all the control of the Greeks. So let me just do this and then I guess we'll close. I had the old map. There you go, right there. Yeah, we could use this one. These is the lands that they ruled in the 4th century in the time of the Greek Empire, right? The landmass look way bigger. It's just, but that's a lot. That's a lot, So everybody had to be under this new system. So we all you're gonna either talk Greek, you're gonna follow certain Greek for like they was enforcing it, right? Especially in the history of us. Other nations can speak on their own, but for the children of Israel, these scriptures is here for us to know what we went through, right? A full-blown Chinese man, his whole background of him and them is not in this, unless we was at war or something happened with this girl or that guy. But other than that, it's about Hebrew Israelites, right? It's going to get in depth with them, even if they are heathens, Gentiles, moving like other nations. Now you see it more in a full of effect. So if you can read certain things in the Greeks and see what our people was doing in order to follow this new system, because some of them consented, right? Verse 11, right? In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So people are going to get it. Without this system, we ain't going to have nothing. So they're going to do the same thing. And they're going to try to, just like what they use with the celebrities, they got certain people that was in Israel that could have looked at like a role model or somebody of a high stature in society, right? That they would use to influence. Hey, look, if you do this, they'll hear you. Hey, if you do this, they'll hear you, right? And that's what got us in a deeper hole. So look what we got now. This happened in Greek, Rome, so on and so on. And look what we got in America, right? They're using people that's going to promote this.